Hello there guys, my name is J.O. Gimpy Dwarf and welcome to Star Citizen. So this has been very much requested by you guys, the subscribers, and I have decided to take the plunge. I was very apprehensive about sort of moving into this sort of thing because the way I see it is it's more of an investment at the moment into the game because of it not being a complete game yet and there's only snippets available for me to play. But I decided to go for it anyway because there was a fairly cheap package that seemed to just give me a good overview of everything that I could do, or, you know, in terms of ships anyway, give me an idea of what is available with this and the detail they're actually going into. So before I start anything, just let you know, the graphics are set to very high on this. It just instantly sort of said, okay, very high. So I'm kind of sticking with that as a suggestion. And it looks freaking beautiful. Now the ship I did get, it cost me $54, which is around £36 for anyone in the UK, and it's the Aurora MR, which is like your bog standard flying ship for a single person to go around the galaxy in, and these things are really reliable. They are sort of advertised as being one of the reliable ships, and you know, they just cater for a lot of things and enable you to just move around the galaxy pretty quickly, you know, and get there and back safely. And there are lots of variants of it which I may look at upgrading this version into, because you can get like upgrade packs that move the ship from one to another, and I may do that with this one just to bump it up and make it a bit better, because this at the moment is literally the bog standard version. But it's very, very beautiful, and to me it looks like a mosquito or something, like an insect, because the front pod is where everything happens, and then in the back section that is purely for every bit of controllability on the ship. So it looks really, really good, and I'm really, really impressed with it. Now I'll come around the side because I'll show you the cool little feature it's got for sort of, you know, sleeping in and stuff, because there is actually a bed in this. So if we hit F, we can open up this overcomplicated ladder system and we can jump on inside. Now I found a few little bugs with walking around. The hitboxes for my feet to the floor are kind of derpy every now and then, but actually it's very, very beautiful in here. We've got like lots of handrails that we can grip onto to move around the ship in. We've even got this bed, and I'll jump in this bed because this is my favourite bit. I really enjoy ships like this because they enable, you know, sort of a little bit of, well, not realism, but they enable a little bit of comfort in a ship that looks very uncomfortable, and it's a nice feature to have in a ship of this sort of type. It's got guns on, it can fight, and it's also got the sleeping capabilities. So it's an all-rounder for moving around the galaxy, as I've already said, because you can fight off people fairly well as get there and back in one piece, which is quite nice, I think. So it's a very, very gorgeous ship, as I've said about 50 freaking billion times. But we'll jump inside and have a bit of a fly around in it. So let's go F and see what happens. Now I did record this earlier, but I had some problems with my sound, and I've had a bit more practice since. So we set up all of our little systems and things, which is quite nice. And there we go. So here we go. So as part of the new update, apparently they added the landing requests and things like that into it, a bit like Elite Dangerous has. So let's take off. And here we go. So we just took off from there. Ooh, my god. And yeah, so I really do like flying in this game. It's very, very calming, and you could imagine it getting really stressful in the game. And just the capabilities of this game at the moment, they've even allowed it to have head trackers and things like that, which is a device that fits to your head, and it can gauge where your head is looking at, so you can look around the screen and things. Oh, I don't know what that actually does. I've pressed the button and it's done something. Whoopsie. But we do have guns on this, and they are just laser cannons, just very simple laser cannons, and they can rapid fire if we really want them to. But again, we can fight off. I mean, I think those would probably need an upgrade, but we can fight them off fairly well if we had any enemies, and just, you know, get around the galaxy. And it's just really, really nice to fly. Probably getting really disorientating for you guys, like spinning around in these ships. But I think what we'll do is we'll come down here and we shall land it. And what we will do is I'll take you to the hangar and show you around the hangar, because with this package you do get a hangar with it, but it's not like the best hangar in the world. It's just that you very simple, what they'd give you with a bog standard game pretty much. There's nothing special about it, but you can upgrade them to suit whatever you fancy. If you have the money to spend on a new hangar, go ahead and do it. Let's back up and drop down.
Landing. Landing request.
That was the most
Engaging.
lackluster landing in the world, but I landed it. Screw it. I'm not that good at this, as you can probably tell at the moment. Literally had about an hour's play around on it. So yeah. So if we hit F on this door, I love how the doors open as well. They're so awesome. But we managed to land. We may have broken the ship a little bit, and the undercarriage is now hanging off. Shit. But either way, it's yeah. Never knew that could happen. But what we'll do is we'll head to the hangar, I think, and then show you some cool things there. Hopefully my ship will still be in one piece. Let's go back to hangar. And yes. I actually can't believe that. I just broke my ship. I pushed it to the limit the first time I had it, and it didn't break. So whether it was because I didn't engage my landing sequence or whatnot, then yeah, because you are meant to engage the landing sequence, but that ship moves upwards and downwards too quickly for my liking. But overall I do enjoy the ship. It's a nice starting point, I guess, to get into the game. So here we go. Now I'm just going to check the undercarriage of my ship, because I'm hoping it doesn't replicate the damage to what's in your hangar. No, there we go. So everything's in one piece, all back to its gorgeous self, and you can still do the things that you wanted to do in here, that what I did outside, but you can't fly. That's the only difference being in the hangar. And this is, as it says on the door, oh, you can only see it in certain lights, I guess. Oh no, there we go. This is the self-land area. There we go. And this is like the cheapest, well, the bog standard hangar that you get given with the ship, which is quite good in all fairness, because this place can it can hold 3 ships, which is nice. But there are extra hangars on the sides, which is kind of cool. So I could stick a ship in the right and the left hand. So there's 4 here, and then we've got 3 down the middle. So you can have your main ships down the middle, and then have the other 4 that you don't use that much of in the other sections. So in here as well, we do have some cool little nifty things. We have an area which you can swap out weapons. Now I don't have any weapons to swap out, but we have this mount weapon area which enables you to test your weapons. I'm still unsure where that is in this hangar. And we have the actual ship, so you can tweak around with your ships. If you have any prints or anything, you can, you know, change them up, or paint, sorry, you can change them up and add them to ships and things, and just customise to your heart's content, which is good. Now I am looking at buying some weapons, some new, you know, laser turrets, because the laser turrets on that are quite weak, and I think maybe an upgrade would be useful. But we can also jump in here, which is how you get into the arena commander section. I'll come up with a little message. Here we go. So it's more, they treat it like a testing simulator. So we've got the Spectrum match and the drone sim. I go on the drone sim and then go free fly, which tends to be the best thing for practicing on. If you want ships, then you can go into another, you know, the Spectrum one, but it's just if you want to be shot at or not, I guess. So we will run all the way down here, and we have a few more things just to note. We have this here, which is just like a trophy cabinet. They also enable things like fish tanks and things that you can have in your hangars, which is quite nifty, and they're more like decorations. And then if we open this up, we've got like a boots and things, like a like a very blurry pair of boots and things like that, which is quite nice to sort of give you some little bits and bobs here and there, so you can put them in here. Now, there isn't a lot else in here. You can have a little buggy that you can drive around, that's pretty cool. And you can also get to the top of this as well. I'll just show you that. This is a pretty nifty feature. It senses when you're on the lift and goes, okay, put all the blocks up and send you up. This is a nice feature because having to press a button on an elevator is the most stupid thing in the world, I think, because it should just know you're there, take you up, and just have the laser man's elevator. It's really detailed as well. Look at this. So up here we've got like a whole other bunch of areas. I believe some hangars just go on and on and on, like the huge hangars that people have got that they've spent ridiculous amounts on, and they've got, like, you know, take one of these and times it by about 5, and they've got lots and lots of space to add ships, but they've been sort of backing it since day one. There are a few bugs with this walkway, maybe hitbox problems and things, because you bounce around and jitter a little bit every now and then, but I can kind of deal with that in all fairness. So let's drop that down. So if I stand here, that elevator should automatically sense that I want to come back up, well down, I want to go down, and it's coming up for me. So I think overall I will definitely enjoy this once they make it a full game, and I'll probably check it out every now and then just to see what it's like. Let's jump in. Oh, it's a bit of a dangerous drop back down. It's a bit scary. Can I jump over this? No, but apparently that's a bug. There you go. It's a bug that those open and close. Weird. But yeah, I think the one thing I am a bit worried about this game at the moment is running it on very high. It has sense that I can play the game in very high, which is good. But I'm only getting around 25 frames a second, which is running pretty smoothly at the moment, but it drops every now and then. I think we incurred 1 or 2 drops earlier when we were showing off the ship in free fly mode. But overall, it's freaking gorgeous. I mean, look at the ship. It just looks like something that you'd see in the back garden, like a wasp, like a locust or something, like with the legs and things. It just looks really cool. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I will probably do some Arena Commander drone fighting to show off the capabilities of this ship and try and get myself a bit more accustomed to fighting in the craft. And yeah, so if you guys have enjoyed, please like, favourite, and of course subscribe for more. Comment if you want to give me any tips or pointers or things I've done wrong with the landing, etc, etc. Anything can help me at this moment in time, because there's a lot of things to get round with this, and I need to know it all. So if you know it all, or you know a few more things than I do, please put them in the comments. It'll help out so much. And I'll see you guys later. Peace!